Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sing or Cimnanya, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So I came across this video, and I am not really super pleased with the video, but then it is what it is. I am kind of tired of seeing black people or black men and women coming online to, talk ill about one another. This one was like a black man, the white man sword that is destroying our community, right? And all I can say is that sometimes we tend to overshare. That's why sometimes when they want to attack us, they attack us through what we share online. We overshare. We overshare what is going on in our community, right? Now, I mean this video, I really don't know where to go about it, but I am saying from my own that enough of coming to batch one another, enough of coming to, like tarnish our own image. If you are a man and it is that you find that you are going to marry, stop using black women as a reference to your preference as why you want to marry a white woman. As a black woman, if you find love somewhere else, go ahead. But one thing I have been preaching is black love because I love black love. But if I am promoting black love, I at the same time want healthy black love, right? And when it comes to my videos, I see a lot of black men and women that are in love. They are married. You know what? Let's get it.
Melanated dominant women. Come in here. I know that I'm about to go on a rant, but I want you to hold my hand. I have been seeing just all for about 3 or 4 months, black men online publicly humiliating, degrading black women in every aspect of our divinity. The black man is attacking us, right? And I got confused, right? Like, why are you all coming on the internet and all y'all got to talk about is black women? And all of these things, these degrading things that they said made me start thinking about our community, right? So I'm going to run this fast, right? So it was black men that helped the slave masters, that navigated the slave masters through Africa to buy, sell, and steal slaves, us, right? We have all of this time of slavery, right? Only real uproar we hear about, I think we may have had maybe 10, right? Rebellions, right? But not a lot. Not a lot. 10 rebellions for all of those years. So, like, was black men even fighting back? You understand what I'm saying? Now, mind you, Haiti rebelled and got their freedom, right? So just moving along. And then I'm trying to think about other times, right, in our community. So maybe 40s and 50s, right? There was a lot of abuse. Black men, I don't know what that was, but black men were beating the mess out of black women, right? So then the only next thing that I could remember in my time was the epidemic of crack cocaine. And then the epidemic of heroin, right? And how our community was flooded with this, right? And black men would say, oh, the CIA brought it in. But okay, maybe the CIA did give it to somebody, but it was black men cooking it up and selling it. And for money, right? For money and clout and guns and status. They flooded these drugs in our community. Black men did. And murdered so many people off of heroin and crack, right? Babies born addicted to heroin. This is black men selling this, brought this into our community and sold it, okay? So then you start thinking about the gangs, right? Those gangs came from black men. All that murder and slaughter and shoot up, these are gang shootings. These are black men. I know it's gonna start getting you mad, right? And then this now it's just normal for black men to get black women pregnant and leave, right? Like they not even trying to be daddies, right? And they always got an excuse, whatever. So the children without fathers, that was black men, So, and what I mean by this, black women, we have been programmed and gaslighted talking about black men protect us. And we feel safe around black men. Based on the evidence, that's the one man we should not feel safe by. Neither a white man either. Or a white woman. Okay? Stay with me. So then I'm thinking, okay, so we got the fathers leaving out the house, the drugs, gangs, right? Then you got the prostitution, because mind you, when the women start getting strung out on dope, the men turned into pimps and start selling them. Black men. So, and then when it let up and people start moving out the hood, right? Moving more to the suburbs. People start getting record deals, football deals, basketball deals, record deals, all of this. None of those people that came out of the hood, right, came back to the hood and did anything to restore, right, what was tore up by black men. Not only did they not do that, when they got a woman, chose a woman, they chose a white woman, Puerto Rican woman, anything other than us. You don't find that suspicious? So now you get these guys that's not going to the NBA, not going there, but not going to college. They going to the podcast, right? And 70% of them on this podcast, everything they do is talking about the black woman. But I noticed not only that, it is a nice chunk of women, right, that get on this internet and talk about black women. And I want you to know, in my mind, the black woman has gone through too much, right? First of all, you could do all kind of shit to me, right? But let me tell you something. White people done did enough shit to my community that I could talk about them for the next 500 years and never have to talk about a black woman. So I find it strange that these black people, right, podcast men, these women that's fussing about, they never have anything to say about white people. And they are also, what the other thing that kind of sent me down is how dirty, nasty, and disrespectful they are to Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. It's like, it don't even feel like disrespect. It feel demonic, right? And I notice also, and if you notice, our black men, I'm going to say 70% of them are really uneducated. And what I mean by that, they don't read, they don't study, even how they talk, right? And then if they have a little class and style, that class and style is they acting and looking like pimps. You know, I mean, but I'm talking about having real business, right? Real business in the community, having a master's degree, a doctorate degree. I'm not really saying that. An engineer. When the last time somebody invented something out of our community? Now, the black woman is right now makes almost $20,000 more than black men. We go to college and graduate 20% more than black men. But what the hell are black men doing? I just want y'all to look at that. Okay, melanated dominant women, this is part 2. The other thing that I was thinking about, who flooded our community with churches and Christianity? The black man. So if you and I can read that Bible and see all of the just nonsense and cruelty that's in that Bible, then the pastors do too. So the pastors is pushing religions that will keep black people enslaved. And they done made a deal with the government that they don't have to pay taxes. So them mega churches, all of that, they don't pay taxes on none of that. And mind you, this is the other thing that is robbing the black community. Those churches, think about it, the churches, the drugs, all right, and liquor stores, these people are robbing the black community. But what is the black community now? The black community now is women and children. They are robbing us, right? Then you think about, here we go, Every little girl that I know that has been molested was molested by a black man, been raped by a black man. Every domestic violence case, right, is black men beating black women, right? And if it's some real violence, it's black men shooting up black men, right? But they operate like a terrorist in our community, but have the audacity to talk about women. And I want you to take all of this information in that I'm giving you, and then think about how the black man talks to black women. The other thing that I noticed about black men, they operate from ego, right? With ego, I mean, most of our black men, probably 70% of them, is narcissistic. Well, a narcissist have the inability to love. And if they love, it's an egoic love. Think about that. When the last time now women, we know what we do for love. When the last time you seen a man do for love what you done seen women do? I don't think that they have the capability of love, right? And then the other thing, this is another war they started. The enmity, the bitterness between black women. That was started by black men. How do I know? You sleeping with this girl and that girl. You pinning this girl and that girl against each other. That's them. I mean, if you had taken men out of the equation, sisters would have probably never got into it where we couldn't get back together. But it is men that is keeping us from being close, right? And then think about this. They are obsessed with weave, however we wear our hair. It's not the weave. It is how it amplifies our beauty. Because mind you, look at all the shit they do. They're not talking about that because they care about us. They're talking about that because how it enhances our beauty. It makes, and how do you know that? I'm telling you, men jealous of us. Because now, turn around, they telling us not to. You see all these men getting weave in their hair? You see all these men wearing purses, getting their fingernails done. They are literally copying off of us, right? I really believe, and think about this. When have you seen black men unite for black communities? When have you seen black men check black men? They don't. It's like they scared to check each other, right? Anytime they know Dr. Umar done stole $2 million from the black community, and he stole most of it from single black women. They know he lied and told us he was going to build a church, and he didn't. They still sit on podcasts with him. I can't imagine me being a man, knowing a man that stole from me and letting you sit next to me. I think men are cowards. And listen to how they talk, right? They talk like 4-year-olds in your inbox. They say grungy stuff, but it's like you're not even intellectually wise enough to even have this conversation. And if you listen to them, I promise you, if you ever sit down and talk to them, and I've been noticing this for years, they don't have any reasoning skills. It's like they're not comprehending. Melanated dominant women, I'm telling you, I promise you, sisters, we need to start treating these men like they are our enemy. I heard a girl say, "Oh, it ain't nothing like having a man in your house to feel safe." Black men have never kept black women safe. Never. They never kept our kids safe. And mind you, so yes, we have that sprinkle. So if I'm saying it's 70%, 30% may not be like that. But it is alarming to me that black women talk about they want to get married. I wouldn't suggest you getting married. Look at the history of
This is all I got from this video, and all I can say is that I mean, we overshare sometimes. We want everything to be on the internet, and the last thing she said is that black men haven't been with black women, black women haven't been with black. That is not true, actually. that something did not work out for me doesn't mean it won't work out for the other person. And it did not work out for the other person doesn't mean it's not working out for another person. I mean, we really can take it easy. I think we are holding so much grudges, when it comes to one another. I have seen so many Black married husband and wives. They've lived all their lives, trained their kids, and I have seen educated Black men. I have also seen educated Black women, right? I have seen rude ones. I have also seen rude men and rude women. This also goes both way. I understand that what has been happening. The truth is that we really can trash all this out and stop coming on the internet to give advice or to tell, I don't know, to probably bring down one another. Now, I hate the fact that I have to talk when it comes to people that look like this, and at the same time come to where my own people are, and at the same time start telling them things. We are old enough to know some certain things, and we are also old enough to know that there are some things we are supposed to do to one another, and there are some things we are not supposed to do to one another. Now let me tell us this. As a woman, when you start seeing a man that you know that it is not going to align both of you, do not try to manage, right? Sometimes we see what is going to happen, but we choose to still go into it and then come back screaming. I am not going to be responsible for your choices. I hope we know that. When you make choice and that choice did not go well, it is your responsibility to take care of it, not coming to call or probably bring every other person or generalize. Does it mean that maybe, okay, I am Nigerian for those that do not know, right? I have had relationships probably that did not work, and maybe because one or two persons. So for that reason, every other man or every other man is now the problem. It is not. It is not being done like that, right? So I do not like it. I don't want to be rude. I am just like, telling us that enough of oversharing. This is also one of the reasons why when people want to talk to us, it is the things we share on the internet that they used to hold us some of the time. Let's stop all this. Like I keep saying, we all can work all this out. Number one is that for we to work this out, we all have to be humans, because it is when you are human enough that you know that you are supposed to treat your neighbor right. That your neighbor might be a Black man, but first of all, you have to be nice to people. I am not saying it's just a two-way thing. You get what I am saying, right? We can do better. It is not pleasing coming out here. I know the whatever that has been happening is happening and all that, but we cannot keep coming online. Being mean to one another. And men, men can also do better, right? Because sometimes I see some of them using Black women as their reference to their preference, which is something that I've been saying that is absolutely very wrong. Enough of all that. I am not also going to teach you how to love a Black woman. Sometimes I feel like if you cannot treat a Black woman right, you probably might not value your mother. I'm sorry that I am coming this way, but that is how it is. Enough of going on the podcast trying to shame yourself, because you are shaming yourself. Because sometimes you all think you are doing a Black woman, you are shaming yourselves. Nobody's holding you not to marry any other woman or this thing, but let Black woman be the last person you all will use as your reference to your preference. And you all know I like Black love. I keep saying this all the time. I am in love with Black love, but I do not promote unhealthy love. I am of healthy love. And for those that for those that are dating Black men, if it works for you, beautiful. I want to see good stories. And for men that are dating Black women, if it works for you, love the woman to eternity. I see my comment section. I see Black men praising Black women. I see Black women praising Black men also. So What is all this we come out every day to hear or talk? Black men this, black men that. And then mothers also should try as much, because sometimes they feel like the only people that you have to train are just the ladies or the girls, and then leaving their sons to rot. As a mother, to make sure you are balancing it. Enough of coming online to scream and shout and cry. It's not going to help. Not until we come together and tackle our problem. You all already know the war. And if we continue like this, they are going to ruin it all. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.